So what a lot of young men don't understand when they get into the whole self-improvement space, and they get taught about the good habits such as meditation, things like this, visualization, this kind of stuff, is they don't understand that it's a spiritual practice. Meditation is a spiritual practice. And when you hear the things of like, if you open your third eye, it can be very dangerous, be careful, don't open your third eye. It's absolutely true. If you open your third eye too early, if you become enlightened too early and you don't understand what's going on, it could make you suicidal. That's why a lot of people, when they go on this spiritual enlightenment journey, it's like you're taking acid, right? It's like you're taking a fucking hallucinogenic drug. Because I've achieved that natural high that people have to literally take drugs for. DMT, acid, this kind of shit. I'm not too familiar with drugs, but I understand that there are some drugs out there, recreational drugs, is that what you call it? Where you, it kind of takes away your conscious filter from the world, and you see the world for what it really is, and that's why people, when they take acid, it changes their mindset, and they're never the same again. That's what people say, right? You can achieve that same state of being through meditation and through spiritually enlightening yourself, opening your third eye, so to speak, however you want to put it. Now, this is what guys don't understand. They'll start meditating because, I can hold eye contact with girls and I can be more present and stay focused on my work. Before they know it, they're actually getting really, really good at meditation. And then they start to see the world for what it really is. The external, materialistic, superficial world around me is pointless. And I don't need anything in order to be content and happy and peaceful with life. And again, happiness is quotations. You know my opinion on happiness. I don't think happiness is real. I think we have moments of joy, etc., etc. But yeah, I've achieved that natural high that people have to literally take drugs for. And I've gone through the phase of confusion, let's say. Because when you meditate often, right, it removes your conscious filter over time. You just remove the conscious filter, which is like, this is the world. I need to make money. I need to do this. I need to be socially acceptable. I need this. It removes all of that bullshit. And you see the world for what it really is. And you see what's truly important in terms of you as a human being and you fulfilling your spiritual desires, right? You understand, and again, I spoke about this before, you understand that your happiness or your contentment and your satisfaction with life is not going to be found in any of your desires. So when you're desiring something, and I know I'm spitting a lot of things at you right now, just pay attention and stay present with me, because use your meditation that you've been using and stay present on this video, because you're going to learn something. But I know it might be quite a lot to digest. I'm going to split it down in a concise way you can understand. But let me just finish my point. So, where was I? Yeah, when you meditate often, okay, and you realize that, I don't need anything in order to be happy. I don't need anything in order to feel fulfilled and satisfied with my life, because you have the ability to turn on your happiness. You have the ability to see, if you, through gratitude, through presence, through appreciation of the current moment here and now. Right now, I'm sat here on this tree, just chilling. I have the ability to turn on my happiness. I have the ability to feel positive emotions, to feel satisfied, to feel content with my life, regardless of what I have, regardless of what situation I'm in, regardless of whether I'm in a negative or positive mindset. I have the ability to turn that on and be fulfilled and be like, bliss, euphoric feelings. I don't need anything. But then the danger of this, and again, this is achieved through meditation. This mindset is achieved through consistent meditation, consistent presence, right? It'll hit you. And that's when people say, you've opened your third eye, you've been enlightened, because you realize, I can literally just sit here right now, take some deep breaths, bring myself to the present moment, think about what I'm grateful for. And I understand that everything that I'm striving towards is pointless, because again, you're never ever going to be satisfied when you're desiring something. When you're in the state of wanting something, you're never going to be satisfied, because there's always going to be more. And this is proven. You have this thing called hedonic adaptation, which is where your mind and body adapts to things. It adapts to things that you achieve. For example, I always use the example of a cold shower. When you start first taking cold showers, it's the hardest thing in the world. Your mind and body then adapts to it and it becomes easy. It's the same with anything. And then you need the next thing, it's the same with anything. I want to make this amount of money a month. I want to make 10K a month. You achieve 10K a month, then you want more, then you want 50K a month, then you want 100K. It never ever ends. You're never going to feel satisfied, content and at peace with life. And that is good. And again, I'm going to talk about the different dynamics between the two mindsets. That is good, because obviously then you're going to constantly strive for more. You're going to never get complacent. You're going to keep going and going and going and becoming a better version of yourself. Yeah, that's great. Now, the danger of this mindset is you realize, Well, if there's no point in all of these things, if there's no point in me making a YouTube channel to achieve success, financial freedom, location independence, to help people, there's no actual point, because I have everything that I need right here and now if I just meditated forever, right? This is why monks are monks, because they realize, if we just meditate all day and we practice these spiritual practices, we achieving that enlightenment state without any desires, without any materialistic external things. Are you with me? Am I speaking a bit too fast? I'll slow down. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna meditate and you're gonna start getting good at it, and then you're gonna realize, I don't need anything, and then you might enter this phase of depression, let's say, this phase of confusion, of low, like lethargic kind of state of being, because you're like, well, there's no point, I don't have any motivation anymore, because there's no point me uploading videos, because none of it matters, I don't care. But then you have this conflict between the spiritual mode that you've put yourself in through meditation, of kind of like, everything's pointless. And you have that conflict between that and the external, just you, the social version of yourself, the physical version of yourself, I like to call it. It's you in the physical flesh. You realize, I need money, so I need to chase money, because I need money to eat, I need money to survive, right? So you have this conflict of like, well, I don't really feel motivated because I know that none of it's worth anything. But then if I don't chase anything, if I don't have any desires, then I can't physically exist in the modern world. So then you become suicidal, because it's like, well, fuck, what do I do? You know, it's a mind fuck. It really fucks up your head. And this is the danger if you're not prepared for it of meditation. If you meditate regularly, you'll find that this happens to you at some point on your journey, that you'll go through this phase of, they call it enlightenment. And I've gone through it. That's why I know for a fact I'm enlightened, because I see the world for what it really is. That's why I'm not on my screen. I'm not on phones. I'm not on social media. I don't watch TV. I don't dwell into the media or the news, because I see the world for what it really is. I completely get it. I get it, all of it. And it took me for a phase of like, wow, it's just a mind fuck. I don't know how to think anymore. I don't know how to act in society. I couldn't be social anymore, because I was like, bro, none of this shit matters. There's no point. You know, I felt like, just going in the woods and just meditating forever. That's genuine. I felt like just moving away to the woods and just living like a monk, living like a wild animal or some shit. You get these desires in your mind, and it's like, wow, you can become suicidal for that. So what I found is, obviously we understand that we need both of these sides. We need the side of presence, of spirituality, because you want to be able to appreciate the present moment. And again, if you're in a state of desire all the time, non-stop, you're constantly wanting something, you can never appreciate what you already have, and therefore you're never going to feel content or positive emotion ever. You're going to be constantly stressed, depressed, anxious, and that's not a good quality of life, is it? So you need the balance, you need a good equilibrium in the middle of both of them, and that's what I found. And again, I'm not a very balanced individual, so this is quite hard for me to wrap my head around, because I was like, I'm an extremist. It's either I drink or I don't drink, I use social media or I don't use social media. So for this, it's like, I'm either spiritual or I'm not, you know. And I had to really, really find the balance there of, okay, just find some time in the morning to meditate, to practice my spiritual practices, to gratitude journal, to, you know, visualize my goals, to get myself in this present, grateful, spiritual mindset of like, I don't need anything at this for an hour, for a full hour. I don't need anything. I'm not chasing nothing. I don't care about any materialistic things, any external physical things. I don't care about nothing. I'm present. I'm enjoying the present moment, and I'm grateful for what I've got. Cool. We'll take an hour out of my morning to do that. Then for the rest of the day, I'll be in that stage of like, motivation, materialistic things, let's get money, let's achieve success, let's help people, let's do this. Cool. So I think you have to find the perfect balance, and I think starting off your day in the morning with that spiritual practice of meditation, gratitude journaling, etc., gets you in a good, present, clear, positive mindset for the rest of the day. And then you can crack on and be motivated for the materialistic things, because you understand in your head you need both. If you cut off the materialistic side of things and you stop chasing anything, you stop with all your desires, you don't want anything from life, in the physical realm of things, you're not going to achieve anything. You're not going to have any money, therefore you're not going to eat, therefore you can't survive. And that's just how the modern day works, you know. Unless you want to move out to some rural area and hunt for your food, you know, some foreign country or something, you want to hunt for your food, and that's how you want to do it. Fair enough, you can do it that way, and you know, then okay, I don't need money because I can just hunt for my food. But you know, most likely you're not in that position, so you're going to need money. You're going to need to get a job. You're going to need to do the whole, you know, reality of things to suffice and to be alive and to exist in modern society. So you need to find the perfect equilibrium, and I find meditate in the morning, and then for the rest of the day, crack on, focus on your missions, focus on your goals and your desires, and become the best version of yourself. So I think just being aware of this, that you will go through this phase, and if you're going through it right now and you think, I just don't see the point in life. I just don't see, nothing really inspires me anymore. Nothing motivates me anymore. I don't see the point in doing anything. If you're going through that right now, you need to take a step back and find some balance between the two mindsets, the two modes, and just tap into each and every one of them. Tap into your spiritual side in the morning, tap into your motivational side, your materialistic side, your physical side for the rest of the day. Get your shit done. I think it's finding that perfect balance and being aware of what's going on. Right, I'm not going crazy, I'm not suicidal, I'm just becoming enlightened to what the world is really about. And it's weird because you're reprogramming yourself. Social media is bullshit. You'll realize this. Why the fuck am I on Instagram? I'm a grown man. Why am I on Instagram giving my energy and attention to people and taking in other people's agendas, other people's beliefs, and it's then becoming my beliefs. You see this all the time with kids and stuff. They watch TikTok and then their beliefs become the things that they've learned from TikTok. Your mind is very moldable, especially if you're young, so you have to be aware of this. And opening your third eye, becoming enlightened, all of this kind of stuff, however you want to phrase it, can be very dangerous if you're not used to it or if you don't know what's going on. So luckily, I had people around me that were already enlightened, let's say, already understood the process of this. So they knew, like, yeah, this is what you're going through. And it hit me and I was like, oh shit, yeah, it makes sense. But just be aware of this because, you can get yourself in a very negative spiral of thinking if you're not completely aware of what's going on. So if you want to learn more about this topic, the coach is down below. Come and talk to me and I'll educate you on what I've learned through my experiences, save you a lot of time, years of hardship and embarrassment, and you can just learn from someone that's been there and done it. It's a very worthy investment indeed. And again, we understand that money can be made back like that very, very easily. So I think instead of valuing the money side of things, like, oh, it's $100, whatever, instead of valuing that, value the knowledge, the network, the positivity that you're going to get from it. And that's a lifelong investment. That's priceless, right? So keep that in mind. I'll see you there. I look forward to meeting you. Take care. Look after yourself. And if you have any questions about this spiritual topic that we spoke about, whack them down in the comments and I will sort you out. See you later, bro. Take care. Bye.